Hey guys, welcome back for another video. Today I'm going to go over how to kill weeds in your St. Augustine grass. Now it only takes a few minutes and it'll certainly help you to have the best looking lawn in the neighborhood. Now I'm really not a huge fan of spraying a bunch of chemicals on the lawn, but carefully administered in the right amount can certainly help. When we go to the big box stores, we have a lot of choices, but we want the product that's good for our St. Augustine. This is Scott's and it kills all kinds of weeds, but the main chemical is Atrazine, so we know it's safe. This one is Bio Advanced 3-in-1 for southern grass, but when we look at the chemical, it's dicamba, which is questionable at best for our St. Augustine. And here we have Sunnyland Weed and Feed, which is really great for this time of year, late November going into December. This says Atrazine, so we know it's safe. And last is Scott's Turf Builder. Kills all kinds of weeds, and when we look down here, we can see it's Atrazine, so we know it's perfectly safe for our St. Augustine. Of course, the best way to remove weeds in our lawn is to pull them out by the roots. But if you don't have the time, you can carefully apply chemicals to your grass. The next question we have is what type of herbicide to use. Here in Florida, we basically have two types of herbicide to choose from. We have Atrazine, which is on the left, and 2,4-D on the right. I use Atrazine for several years on my St. Augustine grass, and it's always given me great results. Atrazine is perfectly safe for St. Augustine grass. And over here we have our 2,4-D. Now the jury's still out on this one. I know people that have had really good results with 2,4-D, and I know quite a few people that have not had good results with this. I'm not going to use my St. Augustine as a guinea pig. I'm just going to stick with Atrazine. The amount of Atrazine that we use, at least for this particular kind, is 4.3 ounces per gallon. I don't need the full gallon. It's just about half a gallon right there. So I'm going to use about 3 ounces of Atrazine. I'm going to give that a little shake. We have 3 ounces right there. Pour enough in there to get 3 ounces. And then pour it in there. We always want to pour the chemical last. The water goes in first and the chemical goes in last. I have a little bit of water here just to rinse this out. Get all that juicy goodness in there. Now for the shampoo. This is Johnson's baby shampoo. I use this as a surfactant. What that means is this, is that if we just spray this right onto the weed or plant, a lot of times it's just going to drip off. We use a shampoo like this to help it cling to the weed a little better. You don't need to use Johnson's baby shampoo. Really, any kind of shampoo will work. Don't have to go crazy with it. Doesn't have to be expensive, but just make sure that you have a good surfactant. And I'm just going to put a few pumps in there, normally maybe a tablespoon or so. Again, you don't have to go crazy with it. Oh no, that looks good. What do you think? Okay, and after that, we put the top on, we screw it on. And swirl it around a little bit to make sure everything is mixed up in there well. We're gonna give this a few pumps and we'll be set. For post-emergent weeds, that is, weeds that have already germinated and grown, we want to use liquid. Granular is a pre-emergent, like the granular products we just saw. Pre-emergent means that the weed seeds have not germinated and grown. I'm going after weeds that have already grown, so this is my post-emergent program. And we just walk through our lawns, we look for weeds, and then give them a good shot of Atrazine. We'll want to hit the weeds pretty well, but not go too crazy with our spray. We should remember that Atrazine is systemic, which means that it goes through the entire weed and kills it. You're not going to see immediate results like you would with another type of weed killer. It'll take a couple of days for the chemical to go through the weed. And we don't need to saturate it, just about a good 2-3 second spray. That'll do the job. All right guys, my job is done. Hope you liked it. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you appreciate my newly freshly cut St. Augustine grass. Remember, this is really easy, and there's 3 things that you need. Of course, you're going to need a little bit of Atrazine, a pump spray bottle like the one I had, a little bit of water, and some shampoo, and that's it. You're off and running with that. Now, the big takeaway is this consistency. You really need to be consistent with this. I walk my property about once a month, and it only takes around, maybe 20-25 minutes once a month. And here's the interesting part. The more you do it, the less you're going to have to do it. Every single time you come out here, you're going to find less weeds, which means that you're going to be spending less and less time killing weeds and more time enjoying your yard.